Welcome back to another episode of Baxter's Buzz. I am your host, Baxter E. Hall. Welcome to my brain. Welcome to my frequency. Enter at your own risk. Today, I have a special guest with me. Uh, he is, first and foremost, a family man, a fiance, and a father of three. He's the owner of Warrior Financial Services. It's an independent financial professional and just an all-around great guy, Kamau Inaede.
Yes,
Hello,
sir. You
Kamau.
said it
How you
right.
doing? Did I nail it?
I'm excellent. Yeah, you nailed it, brother. Done.
Good,
That's
good,
great.
good, good. All
You,
right, yeah.
you're like batting 1,000 already, bro. This is great.
Well, I've done it a few times. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Um, so we connected. It's been over a year now, and then kind of became really fast friends, just with some similarities, even similarities that we didn't even realize until later. But um, today I want to talk about just a number of things. But first of all, Warrior Financial Services. Like I'm really curious to know the meaning behind the name.
I love that. Actually, I've been getting that question a lot, and I like to say that it's a lot deeper than what it is. But just really generally, my first name Kamau means quiet warrior. And so that's really the impetus behind naming the company. I always want to stay connected with roots, but on a broader sense, Warrior Financial Services is about protecting our clients. Protecting my clients and making sure that I go to battle for them in any way that I can for their financial futures. And so I like the idea that my name is a part of the company
Sure.
really extends to the nature of what we do or what I do in the company. And so I'm extremely proud of that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I realized that I had never asked you, and I was like, well, we might as well wait until we record so
Yeah.
I can figure that out. But so yeah, what kind of services do you offer specifically? And yeah, like where does your expertise lie?
So I do a number of things as it relates to financial game planning for business owners, for individuals, for professionals, whatever their focus is. I also am connected with a larger office in Troy. It's called Preferred Financial Partners. So if there's some things that I'm not able to do, we have someone in our office that can handle it. But a lot of your basic financial needs, making sure that the family's protected with life insurance, helping a family put together a budget and a financial game plan. And one of my biggest passions, one of them is helping families mitigate these increases in taxation that's approaching. And people really aren't paying attention to it, but because of what's happening, because of what's happening in the economy, there are going to be some really aggressive and mostly negative changes to the tax code, and that will drastically impact, people's ability to save and have money in retirement. And so, I'm really kind of, blowing the bullhorn in terms of, getting the word out as much as I can, so
Yeah,
that people don't wait until too late to have to deal with it. So that's
yeah.
that's one of my biggest passions.
Yeah, education is so important when it comes to this stuff is forever change. It's already a foreign language to most. It's changing like crazy, and we need
And
folks like you to kind of try to keep it straight.
the bigger thing is, unfortunately, we just don't like talking about money.
Yeah,
People just don't like talking about money. And so, one of the things that I always talk about when I'm interviewing a prospective client is, we're going to have to get into the weeds, and we're going to have to address some really taboo conversations. You always talk about two or three things that most people don't like to talk about. One is politics, and the other is money.
yeah,
And we're not going to talk about politics, but we're going to talk about money. And I don't ask questions to be nosy. I ask because, just like if you go into a doctor's office, they need to have a complete, thorough evaluation before they can assess you, so that they can be able to recommend some type of, practice to heal you. And so,
Absolutely.
we need to evaluate everything about your life. How much are you spending? What's your budget? How much have you saved? Anything that you can think of that helps to kind of answer the question as to, where you want to be
Yeah.
financially in the future. So,
Yeah. It's necessary. If you can't be transparent with me, right? And I'm talking from your perspective, you can't be transparent with me, then I can't help you as much as if you have back pain and you're not telling me about it, if there's something else going on and you're not, how can I properly help, make you the healthiest, keep you healthy, right? It's
exactly.
the same principle.
You
Um,
have back pain, and you're jumping from your top step every day, and you don't tell me you're jumping from your top step every day. And you're like, I don't know why I have back pain. But the biggest reason why you have back pain is because you're jumping from your top step.
yeah,
That's kind of critical information that needs to be known. But
yeah,
so I
absolutely.
can make a blanket recommendation, but it won't serve you well because I don't have the information that I need to make a intelligent decision or assessment. So
Yeah, exactly. So, when I met your fiance a couple of years ago, now, she told me that she had one child, I think, that was in the Ferndale schools, right? At the time.
that's my son.
I, I know.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm getting to.
My bad. Sorry. Go
I
ahead.
mean, come on, man. Like, let me do my thing.
I
No.
mean, I mean that's our son. We have one child
Yeah.
in Ferndale.
Yeah. So, and I said, wow, like, small world, right? Because obviously that's where I grew up. My scholarship, and then also our newest nonprofit, is really focused on the kids at the Ferndale High School. And so when we connected initially, I found out that you just didn't have a child in there. You were involved uh, at a couple of different levels. Like, just I don't want to get into specifics as far as like at this moment. I just want to talk about your passion for like the community, kind of what your background and what led you to be such a giver and of your time and resources and everything like that, because you're not just doing it for your own children. You're just really um you know you're a pillar in the community, and so I
I
I
received that.
admire that. Yeah.
I
Yeah, so
appreciate
where
that.
where'd that come from?
Well, I am African centered, and part of that principle is always, making sure that you reach back into your community and help your community to do better. In fact, there's a Kwanzaa principle, Kuumba, which is creativity, and the principle basically says to make your situation better than you inherited it.
Mm,
Right. And so, to leave your situation, whatever circumstance, if you enter a room, if you enter a community, it's to leave that space better than you got it.
yeah.
And so that's important for me. And I grew up as a single only child of a single mother. She worked extremely hard. We didn't have all the privileges. We weren't like dirt poor. We had our stints of poverty, but I just knew that I always wanted better for myself. But by the same token, I didn't want to create an environment where I did well and didn't help someone else to do well as well. And so, my background is as a teacher. I taught for about 10 years. And then some, I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'll go into full detail. But needless to say, careers changed.
Yeah.
And being in the financial services environment, our business is about meeting people and making connections. And so I think one of the most effective ways to give back is by taking action and doing it. And so in Ferndale, I am my son goes to University High School in Ferndale,
Hmm.
and I'm the parent, the PTO president. And so because of the pandemic, we haven't been able to do much of anything.
Yeah.
And so the only thing that we really were focused on doing was making sure that our parents knew that there were resources available for them, for them to reach out for them if they needed food, if they needed assistance with even domestic assault. We offer resources in that manner as well. But just making connections in any way possible. And then, the opportunity came for me to join Threads for Success, which is a nonprofit that focuses on helping young men, graduating young men, become more prepared for life after high school. So, providing them with job readiness skills, employability skills, helping them to make a great first impression, and then also not only just talking to them about making a great first impression, but actually helping them by providing them with top tier quality suits from a high designer. Tom James is a clothier that's well known for having high quality suits, and so we outfit them with top to bottom shirts and suits with with the tailored suit, so that they are prepared to go into the workforce if they don't go to college. And even if they are going to college, now they have a tailored suit for an interview and for whatever they need. And so I didn't have that when I was a kid, and I wished I did. And so what better way to give back than to provide something that I lacked. And so that excites me most. And I don't know how much time we have, but I'd like to talk
No, don't worry
about
about time. Don't worry about time. You're
okay. Yeah. So we have an event once a year that we're hosting. And this year we partnered with Detroit PAL. And so we're hosting that event at Detroit PAL, the Corner Ballpark in Detroit. And we're honoring a group of young men. They've graduated. Detroit PAL has their section or their segment that they're doing, but Threads also has a segment that we're doing, and both groups are honoring these young men who have matriculated through school, graduated. It doesn't have to be with honors, but they've actually completed school. They've made that accomplishment, and we're bringing some honor to them and helping them become more ready, for life after high school. And so we're doing that June 30th, and that's something I'm extremely proud of because this is the first time that I've been able to participate in that activity, and so I'm extremely excited about it.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. I want to go back really quick and talk about University High in Ferndale. Talk about the sort of, Ferndale High, and then sort of what University High sort of is providing for those students inside the same school district.
It's a little different than Ferndale High, in that I don't have much experience with Ferndale High, but from my understanding, what separates those two schools is the focus on college. So it's a preparatory school. So the focus is helping them become ready for, give them skills that they can have even some courses that they would be closer to, having college credit by the time they finish high school. One of the biggest impediments for a lot of college students is affordability, especially, students coming from urban areas. And so, if they're able to have some of these credits covered by the time they start college, it helps significantly with reducing their overall cost. I'm still paying 20 years later. I'm still paying student loans. Yeah. And so if we can help students avoid some of those costs, then obviously that's the goal. And so University High School is really geared towards providing students the opportunity to get skills that will help them be more prepared for college than if they went to just a regular high school.
Yeah, no, that's it's needed, and
absolutely.
I think the Ferndale High is doing some great things. Principal Isaac is there. She's new to the district.
Yeah, and a friend of mine, we went to Western together. Lisa Williams used to be the principal there.
Yeah, I know Lisa as well. Yeah.
So I know Ferndale has a great reputation, especially if Lisa was there. I know that they were doing some great work, and I hear positive things. And in fact, one of our parents on the board is an administrator for Ferndale High. So I always hear some great things.
No, and we're trying to do a small piece of that with Catalyst for Change, my nonprofit, just trying to help. And again, we're looking at post high school. That
Yeah,
may not be college for everyone. It may be a trade,
absolutely.
whatever it is, right? We just want to make sure that we put these children in the best position to succeed, right? And so just salute to you. And yeah, I can't wait for us to be able to work together on some of these projects.
As soon as we can
Um,
come off the front porch, man, and I'm ready to get it. You know, with this
yeah,
COVID thing, if we can get off the front porch,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is you have a love for music.
Yeah,
Um,
oh yeah, I see that I missed that in the introduction. Yeah, I'm a musician. I'm like
yeah,
semi-professional. I consider myself semi-professional. You know, what I say is if you're able to travel and get paid playing music, and they put you in a hotel and give you food and all that, and you're either semi-professional, professional.
no, no,
And
no,
I've
you're a
had
professional.
I would only say I'm professional if this was my full time. If that was my full time job. If
Sure,
that's
sure,
all I was
sure,
doing.
sure.
I wouldn't say I'm professional
For this,
because I don't live off of it.
for the intents and purposes of this
Right.
conversation, you're professional.
I'm professional. Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
so I'm on Instagram. My cousin who Damien, shout out to Damien, he's been out on the East Coast for a while. Uh, DC, uh, you know, Maryland, like
Yeah,
he's
yeah, he was in the Philly area. I think he was Philly when I met him.
yeah, Philly. Yeah, he's kind of went to the East Coast and kind of stayed there and kind of
Hmm.
been there with his kids and everything, wife and so he posts this video, I think, and I may be misremembering it.
I can't remember what he posted.
He
Yeah,
posted something and it sounded amazing, and I was like, and then somehow you were, I don't know if you were tagged in it, but you liked it, and then you guys had uh sort of this exchange, and I was like, come on, oh my cousin, like this, like on the East Coast,
all the way
like
on the East Coast, right?
yeah, right. And so again, another like this, just these parallels. And so I'm like, come on, what's up? Like how do you? And then you're like, yeah, man, I play. I met him when I was playing this in this show. I'm like,
In Philly.
wait, what? Playing what? So tell
Went
me
back up,
about
bro.
tell me about like the band, what, like, yeah, like tell me about the band, what your role in it and all that.
Well, it's fortunately it's not just one band. I mean, I'm a
Oh,
freelance musician.
hello.
And so, I play with a number of different bands, and I curate. I put bands together. In fact, today and tomorrow, I organize performances, the private performances. But I got a phone call. Asked me to book it. I put the band together, put the agenda together, and we're going to do it.
Yeah.
But so in Damien's case, or in the case where we met, I was performing with an artist named Zoe, who's from Detroit, but he lives in Maryland. Now, if your audience isn't familiar with Zoe, and if you're not, you need to get familiar with him. I mean, he's an amazing musician. Him and another artist from Detroit, that they actually both live in Maryland. They just came out with an album called Abstractions, and the album is phenomenal.
Okay.
And so, but in that time, I'm pretty sure we were promoting his Skybreak. Yeah, pretty sure it was Skybreak album.
Okay.
So this would have been 2016, 2017, something like that. And we did a few shows. We kind of had a mini tour. I think we did DC, Philly, and New York, I believe, something like that. But we normally do spot dates with Zoe. He'll have us out and we'll do 3 or 4 shows at a time, and then we come back home.
Can you tell me what you do in this band? Like, are you gonna just keep me waiting?
I'll just walk around and pour water and wipe people's foreheads with a towel. I'm really good, man. I'm really good.
All important things, okay? But
I'm really good.
What do you do? Are you playing?
No, I'll play bass.
Banjo?
I play bass guitar, electric bass guitar.
Okay.
I don't play upright. I play electric bass guitar, and so primarily soul, R&B, jazz. So also just so you know, if you're in the Detroit area, every Sunday night, I play with an artist named Sax Appeal. He's from Detroit, and we play at Baker's Keyboard Lounge. It's the oldest jazz club in the city. Some people say in the world.
Yeah.
Definitely in the city, and 8 Mile, Livernois area, and we're there Sunday nights. It's a $15 cover, great food, and you're gonna hear some great music.
Yeah.
So every Sunday night starting at 7.
Wow.
But yeah, I've been playing bass for 22 years, something like that.
Okay. Are
Started
you
out playing in the band.
are you singing?
I don't sing well enough to say I can sing. I don't know.
But do
I
you
don't
jump on the
sing.
mic? You jump on the mic, or you just you
I
stay?
talk crap. I talk crap on the mic. Like if for example, if we're doing Erotic City, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can sing that part and the bass part for Erotic City. That's about
Gotcha.
it. I can't sing and play at the same time for the most part.
Gotcha.
I do a
Erotic
little bit.
City is a Prince
Prince.
song,
Yeah.
just for the folks that
Yes.
may not
Yes.
be aware.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, that's awesome. I was just like, yeah, it's like I learned something new about you every time
Every
I
time
talk
we
to you.
talk.
Yeah. And it's all good stuff, you know. I'm just super impressed with you just in general.
What's so funny is, Erica Monet, if you don't know her, she's phenomenal. She has her own business. It's called the Erica Monet Group. But we talked quite a bit, and she had the same discovery. I think I said something like, yeah, I'm headed to rehearsal. And she's like, what?
right.
I said, oh yeah, I play bass. And she's like, come on, you should lead with that. Like you should be talking about that all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't, I'm getting better at just talking about the things that I do.
You have so many things to talk about. What does one lead with? But I think it makes you definitely more interesting, especially in the financial services where, I mean, we joke around in insurance a lot, from that it's not fun or exciting. It's not sexy, right? It's super important, right? But it's like it's not like, hey, I'm an insurance broker. I take care. Like,
Right,
it's just
right.
there's not a whole lot of. But if you were a jazz electric bass playing financial guy or insurance guy, all of a sudden people may sit a little bit, more upright in their chairs and go,
I could
really?
definitely use it as a hook.
You better
I've
you need to lead with that.
yeah, I've definitely invited clients and prospective clients to performances and say, hey, just come out and hang out, and
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
talk a
Kind
little
of
bit and
conduct business in between sets.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we got to figure out a tagline for you.
The bass playing.
I play the electric bass, not the upright, but I'll keep your finances upright.
I love it.
It
I
was
love it. I'm writing this down right now.
it's just one idea. We could talk about it offline, but
Yeah, are you charging a discovery fee for this?
well, it's documented. We're recording, so I
It's
should
already on
probably
record.
yeah, it's on record. But you know what? You take that one. You take that one for free, and then
My man, I appreciate it. Yeah,
we'll see if
keep your finances upright, like the upright bass.
yeah, yeah.
I like it.
So um uh, all jokes aside, I've just, as we've gotten to know each other, and sometimes I'll learn things about you. We'll find ourselves on like these virtual events together. Like Erica Monet's like networking on purpose, or other things that I'm. Sometimes you can, so people have a conversation has like a cadence, and then when we're in a group, you hear other things that maybe you wouldn't have heard, and it's like, oh man, that's really cool. And so I just continue to be impressed by you, my man. I truly appreciate our friendship, and we're working on some things together, and just trying to figure out how we can just kind of be there for one another. I want to end on this. I want to get your thoughts. I had posted something recently on I don't know, maybe Facebook, about just why is it that everyone seems to want to do things on their own? It's like I need to walk away from you and find like this bus that's already moving, or this train is already moving, and like jump on this thing. And it's like, why can't we sit together, figure out how to build our own thing together? And um and it may not be moving as quickly right away, but it'll get there if you just, the importance of like community. You talked about it before, earlier at the beginning of this, the importance of like collaboration. um First of all, why do you think there's so many people that are like, they want to be like these solo artists? They want to like, I have
Glad you mentioned artists.
I have a family member, and I'll try to be as general as possible. But we were talking about um, putting together, like helping them along in their business. There was a few of us kind of having this conversation. They said something along the lines of, "I'm not trying to split my business X amount of ways, right?" And
Mm.
I was like, first of all, you watch too much Shark Tank.
Right.
Secondly, would you rather have 100% of nothing,
Right.
or 100% of a little, or 50% of a lot, right? Why do you think we have these mindsets where we just want to keep these things to ourselves and not be like truly collaborative? You have an opinion on that?
I tend to think that the people who are really successful know how important collaboration is and know how important networking and and working together is. Um, and so I think it's a mindset that if you see it, then either you have to be comfortable calling it out, like you have been, that listen, this isn't how success operates. Success takes teamwork. You can't, it's extremely difficult to do it on your own.
Yeah.
So I can't, I'm not going to venture into saying, why people think that way. For whatever reason, people think that way. It's just what it is. Um, what I know is successful people collaborate. Successful, wealthy people have a mindset where they share resources, and they usually share resources with people who they know will value the resources that they share. They won't share it with someone who doesn't appreciate it. And
Yeah.
so a lot of times we'll hear people say, well, wealthy people are always hogging information, or they keep information secret. A lot of times it's that we're not privy to it because we're not paying attention to it, or we don't think it's valuable, or we underplay it, or we minimize the
Yeah.
value of it.
Yeah.
And so
I I I, I think about just maturity, right, and just being exposed to different things. Um, I had to get um a headlight. Yeah, I had to get a headlight replaced, right? Um, as I've gotten older and more successful, right? I mean, it is what it is. And just more like in tune to what's going on. I just value my time so much more than I ever have, you know? And like, first of all, I can't ride around with like one headlight.
one
And
headlight.
then but then there's like a recall, so then they can't bring me in to fix that until they get the part for the
So
recall. So now they call, we'll call you when it's, so long and short, they finally call me back a couple weeks later, and then they put me out another week. I'm like, okay, you know what? We're gonna do both of these headlights while I'm here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I don't have another
3-4 weeks or a month and a half.
should it happen again, right?
Right.
Relatively soon. And I think about how, 5 years ago, definitely 10 years ago, I'd have been like, oh, there's one headlight up, replace that one headlight.
Replace that one.
Right. And
If
it's not
that
about, headlights aren't terribly expensive. It's about the value of your time and the things that you can accomplish in that time, right? And you need, sorry, it's the wealthy people understand how valuable their time is, and I think that goes along the lines of just being on a different frequency as it relates to like um education, what should be emphasized. When I say about education, I mean education of sort of whatever business that they're in, not necessarily formal, but just understanding how things work. And
Absolutely.
I think I have a long way to go, but I definitely have come a long way.
For sure.
And I think that the things that you're doing on the financial end, um, the education you're providing, the services that you're providing, really helps people sort of take a look at this passive income, right?
Absolutely.
And just how important it all is. Ultimately, it comes back to us, our money earning years and potential, and how do we want to spend that time.
Yeah. And what type of legacy through your life's work, once you're not here, whenever that will be, what legacy are you looking to leave behind? When you're dust, when you're a memory, what memory do you want people to have of you? As for me, I want institutions and a legacy that lasts generations. We're still calling the names of some of these people that lived hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
Why is that? Not because of not only because of the things that they created, but it's also because of the legacy that they left.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
foundations and institutions and things of that nature. And so we have the ability to do that as well. We have to intentionally work towards creating that. And that's what my work is about. That's what I find valuable personally, because I want my children's name. I want my name to speak sweetly in our children's mouths. You know what I mean? So
Talk about the community again. One of the days of Kwanzaa, what was the word? And can you just let's kind of, I want you to add that to the end of this, and then let's wrap.
So it's 7 principles of Kwanzaa. The principle that I was talking about is called Kuumba, 6th day of Kwanzaa. I can go through all 7. First is Umoja, unity. My favorite, Kujichagulia, which is self-determination. Naming yourself, defining yourself, speaking for yourself instead of having others name and define and speak for you. That's my favorite principle. Ujamaa, that's the 4th principle, the 3rd principle. Sorry, I'm sorry. Ujima is the 3rd principle, collective work and responsibility. Ujamaa, cooperative economics, working together, building businesses together, helping our businesses stay afloat and to thrive and expand. Nia, 5th principle, purpose, understanding why you're here, what your purpose in life is, what your goals are. Kuumba, like I mentioned, creativity, and then faith. Everything is always encompassed with the belief and value of faith, whatever it is. We can call it God, we can call it Yahweh, we can call it whatever you want, but faith in the power higher than what you can see and believe and think. So, so that's these are principles. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I wake up in the morning and say, how am I going to practice, Nia today? I don't. I'm not. I don't think about it every day, but I don't think about connecting those principles in my life every day. I try to really live that intentionally so that it's more of who I am as opposed to something that I'm thinking about doing. And as with any human being, we fail a lot more than we realize, and if we're honest about it, we probably fail more than we succeed. But it's just a measure of how do I get better every day?
Yeah.
And for me, qualities like that, not just those qualities, but qualities like that help us to be better for ourselves, for our families, for our communities, and ultimately for the world.
Yeah, I want to say that whether you're conscious of them or not, those principles, many of them, if not all of them, are part of just your makeup and your DNA. So I want to
Absolutely.
just you express them without maybe even not even being conscious of the impact that you're making. So,
Yeah.
and you've made a positive impact on me. So I appreciate you for that, my man.
I'm grateful for even you saying that. Thank you.
Yeah. Um, First, on behalf of Kamau, I want to thank everyone for checking us out. Please continue to like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Stop being stingy. Stop saying that you like what I'm doing, but you haven't pressed the like button. Okay, I need
You got me
those.
on. You got on me about that. I was like, I messaged you privately, like, oh, this is good stuff, brother. Like the post, then share
Yeah,
it.
don't
I
yeah,
was like,
don't
my
yeah,
bad.
don't like it. Probably we need the support. All
For
right.
sure. Yes,
Um,
sir.
I want to end by just saying that whoever's watching this, listening to this from an audio standpoint, you are all very capable, and one of the keys is just embracing your own frequency. So until next time, we'll talk to you guys again soon. Peace.
Peace.